What's going on, guys? So it's been 2 full days since I found out that this car needs another engine rebuild. I've spent probably 12 hours doing research on engine swaps, trying to figure out what route I'm gonna take with this car because I really want to just get it figured out ASAP. I just put the wrong key in there. So I've done probably 12 hours of reading and research on 2.5 liter engine swaps because that was always my dream build for this car, was a 2.5 liter and going big, like 700 wheel horsepower. The issue is that it takes a lot of money to do that, and right now I do not have that money. So I'm thinking about reaching out for sponsorships to do something like that. I don't know if companies are gonna want to sponsor just some random dude with 700 subscribers on YouTube, but maybe they will. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot regardless. But yeah, it is a lot of money. Even if you do everything yourself, which I will be, I'll be doing as much as possible myself. It's still gonna be a lot of money. What I'm considering doing, and I could use your guys' feedback, is breaking the build up into a lot of different phases. So get the 2.5 in there, just NA, make all the custom wiring harness stuff, figure all that stuff out, because there is not good documentation on any of that. It's just gonna be me on my own figuring out how to do it. The one benefit is that I'll be able to make harnesses so that you guys can do it, and I'll be able to sell them to you guys. So I guess I'll be making some of the costs back in that regard, but the rest of it is very, very expensive. Doing the turbo kit, tuning is going to be a big hurdle. I could go standalone. I'm gonna have to learn how to tune if I go that route, which I wanted to do anyway. I'm gonna get Honda for my RSX and start tuning that. It's gonna be a big learning process. If I do this build, I want to do as much of it myself as I can, because it's not in me to just buy things. I want to learn and I want to figure things out, and I want to grow as a hobbyist. I want to do a 2.5 swap and go big power. It's just a matter of getting the funding to do it. So I did talk to the shop on Monday. They were very, very shocked and apologetic about what happened with the motor. If you guys missed the video, my thrust bearings came out. They literally were out, completely out. The motor needs to come back out. The crank may be damaged. The block may be damaged. The scoring in the backs of the cylinders may be so bad that even boring out to 83 millimeters or 83.5 might not even be enough. We're not sure yet. We would have to get in there with a bore gauge. I don't have one. I was thinking about buying one, but I haven't pulled the trigger on one yet. This block may be done. The shop would probably cover those costs. They seem very willing to make it right, however, whatever that takes. So if that were the case, if this were able to be bored, I would need a board, and I would need to buy bigger pistons too. So that's a big expense. Plus my head needs to be rebuilt. My head failed. I have my old head at a head shop right now. It needs new guides. It needs a lot of work. New valves. I need a new exhaust cam because the exhaust cam got all damaged. All the cam journals were damaged. Seems like there was a oil pump starvation because that windage tray broke up in the block. That's supposed to prevent oil pump starvation. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of question marks still, but I think the head damage is related to this because it all happened all at the same time. Another thing I'm thinking about, sorry, this is kind of all over the place because my head's all over the place. There's a lot of stuff going on, but so this car is not gonna be here in I don't know, probably 6 months. I actually originally bought this car for a couple reasons. One of the biggest reasons was because it has a 2.5. What I wanted to do with this car was design and fabricate turbo parts for that engine in a Mark 6 chassis, so that when I swap that one of the 2.5s into this car, I would have everything designed already, and everything would already clear the firewall and, you know, everything back there. The only difference would be the transmission, really, because that has a five-speed transmission, which is very differently shaped than this one. I mean, if I do the 2.5 swap now, that car is kind of useless. I can just part out the aftermarket stuff to recoup some of my money and then just get rid of it. If I do go up to 700 or 800 horsepower, I would need a built transmission too. The shop that did my build has a built trans that is used. The shop owner had a somewhere around 740 wheel horsepower Mark 7 Golf R, and that transmission bolts right up. So I'm considering asking him if I can get that trans to, you know, make this right. We'll see. I'm gonna give this block to him no matter what, so he'll see what can be done with it, if it's toast or, you know, what's going on. The last part of the puzzle is that I have all these FSI components. I have a full FSI big turbo kit. This turbo just has like 200 miles on it. What would be nice is to buy another FSI car. So that's where I was going when I was saying that's gonna be gone. When that car is gone, I would like to get another FSI car, and I'd be able to bolt all of my FSI parts right up to it. I would probably keep that car stock block, not mess with the head either, not mess with the balance shaft delete. So I could, if I do the 2.5 swap, sell a few FSI parts and then bolt the rest right up to an FSI car. That's what I've been planning for a while. The plan for a while was to run this motor and then in a year from now get another FSI car, put this entire engine into that other FSI car, and 2.5 swap this car. That was the plan. This is kind of disrupting everything, so I haven't had, you know, I was planning on doing my research on the 2.5 swap for a year, and now I'm just kind of forced to making a decision right away. The fact that I need a new intake cam, headwork, possibly new block, at least new pistons, maybe even a new crank. There's a lot of stuff going on with this car. I'm not sure it's really worth it, but at the same time, I really, really, really want to just drive this car. So that makes me kind of want to I'm just gonna walk over here to change the scenery a little bit. That makes me want to just give the car back to the shop and have them fix it, because if I were to do that, I could probably have the car running and driving in a matter of like probably a month or something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. They gotta probably wait on like machine work and stuff like that. But let me try to, before I end this video, let me just see if I have anything else on my list, things I want to talk about. A big lesson I learned with all the FSI work that I did is to change as few things as possible at any given time. So as easy as it would be to just buy a 2.5, completely build it, do a turbo kit at the same time, every single little thing, and then put it in the car with the built transmission. If I have a difficult to diagnose problem, it's gonna give me hell. So what I would rather do is swap the motor in NA, then do like a mild turbo kit on it. Do the full turbo kit, but keep the boost pretty low, because the stock motor can only handle like maybe 350 or 400 wheel horsepower. And then slowly build it up from there. But even doing that is gonna take a long time. It's gonna be a lot of work just to get the NA 2.5 working in here, and it's gonna be slow as hell, but I mean, it'll be exciting, but you know, it's gonna be a long time before this car like really is ripping with a 2.5. again, it's a project I've always wanted to do, so that's what I'm heavily leaning towards, but just wanted to let you guys know it's not an easy decision. And what I'm gonna be doing tonight is typing up a little pitch to potential sponsors and see if anyone bites. I'm not really optimistic on that. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to ramble on too long. I think I said everything I really wanted to say. So I guess I'll post a comment below if I missed anything. If you guys have any suggestions for me or any potential sponsors, that would be awesome. The goal for this is to, you know, I want to document as much as I possibly can so that other people can do this swap. And I want to be there for people who want to do this themselves, because the help that's currently out there is very limited. And the people who have done this swap keep the information to themselves. There's really not a lot of information out there. Early on, like probably 7 or 8 years ago, there was some good information from Hank and Issam. Hank at iROS and Issam from iAbed. You kind of have to dig through the forums. That's why I've been reading so much. I was reading for probably like 12 hours, and there's probably only like 1 hour of really solid reading in there. There is a guy who did this to his Mark 6 Golf R. It's DSG. It broke, and now he has like a VR6 in his car or something like that. But that guy does not share any info at all. I think that's it. Hopefully in the next video I'll have a final decision. So that'll be on Saturday. Thanks for watching, guys.